Hey, welcome back to Web Squadron. Now, I do not do this regularly. I like to think I don't. I don't start to recommend Elementor add-ons. Mainly because I don't want to give you any bloat, and I don't want to create something in the system which at some point may be incompatible or create conflict with Elementor or Elementor Pro. Okay, you don't want your website to fall over, least of all when it's on a client site and it falls over and you get a very irritated customer contacting you. You don't want that, okay? I'm talking about QI Addons, and I will add a link to the website in the description. This is not an affiliated link, okay? That even though I'm doing this video, they will vote after it's released. There is no commission, nothing in it for me whatsoever. This is just something that I have found, and I have to say, I like it. Okay, let me explain why. The largest free Elementor add-on collection. This has been built by a WordPress author, okay, someone who uses Elementor, okay, and this isn't something they just did overnight, okay. They've been working on WordPress stuff for quite a while, and they loved Elementor and they've added on these add-ons. What is the basis of this? Firstly, it is totally free, okay. There is no premium version for this. It is not like you're going to get some widgets, right? Let's just go to all widgets, right? It's not like you're going to get all these widgets and then it's going to say, yeah, but if you want to do the styling, if you want to modify this bit of it, you've got to go premium. This is totally, utterly free. I think there's over 65 free widgets here. Not all of the widgets are going to be, I say, ultra useful. There's stuff you can do with Elementor Pro anyway, and a bit of coding, you could do it. But there's some stuff on here, I was like, alright, this is neat. This is uber good, okay? Look, you go to the website and it's here. You click here, download. You download the file or the plugin. You go to your website. You go to add plugins, upload. You upload the file, you activate. You are now good to go. You don't need a license key. You don't need a premium. You don't need to give them your credit card or your debit card details. None of that. This is totally free. Right, let me now show you and point out some of the really good plugins, because I'm not going to go for every single one. You know, because I'd be like 5 minutes times 65. Wow, do we already want to be here for a free 4 hour? It'd be longer than that, wouldn't it? Cool, 5-6 hours. QI would love that, but we're not doing that. Right, so let's just go through some of the plugins, okay? We have a button, okay? Look, let me just show you. Some of what you see here for the button isn't groundbreaking. And no disrespect to QI, but it's just, it's not major, okay? So look, we have buttons, right? You know, look, these are button styles, yeah? You can see what it's doing. Look, there's nothing fancy. And you're going to go, well, premium and essential and exclusive and happy add-ons. There's loads of stuff out there for doing this, okay? But I'm just showing you, okay, that there are facilities here. But I'm not going through them. I just want to point out the ones that made me go, yeah, I like that. So let's just go to vertical tabs. Let's open that. And we'll go to horizontal tabs as well, like so. And I'm also going to be looking at call to action. I quite like what they did there. The divider, there was no point on that. Highlighted text, that was a good one. Right, so vertical tabs. Now, just look at this, okay? And you can do this with Elementor Pro with a bit of coding as well and just a bit of messing around with styling. But just look at this, okay? I like this. I like the cleanliness look of it, and we have this little line here that moves, or is in line with the tab you've picked, and I like this. It just made me feel, I feel at calm with myself. I like that. I don't know if you don't, but and then it's just got your traditional normal tabs, color change, which is same as what you had above. Background border. Again, this isn't doing anything different, but it's the very top one that I really did like. But you also got tabs with images, so if you want to be a little bit more, just a little bit different, I think this was a really nice, lovely little add-on. Horizontal tabs, same kind of thing, to be honest, really. This wasn't really anything majorly new, but it's the bit about tabs with images. So if you wanted to keep it in line with your brand, because doing a tab isn't that different to what lots of people do on their websites, But if you want to make it a bit more bespoke and unique to your website, to your client, or what you're trying to portray, this isn't bad. You know, it's quite, you know, I think it's quite nice, right? Okay. Call to action. This actually, there wasn't anything major with this. I shouldn't have picked this one. This wasn't anything major. It was just sections and, you know, text and image. But the highlighted text, this I liked. Okay, again, if you're happy with HTML and coding and things like that, you'll be at home with doing all of this, right? Won't you? You know, you could easily do it in Word to HTML.net. You could type it in, put your background color on the text how you want. You then copy the code it generates for you, stick it into your header or your text editor, and Bob's your uncle, auntie, friend, whatever. Whereas here, you just get it given to you. So if you're someone who doesn't want to go down the whole HTML or coding aspect, here's a solution for you, which, you know, is pretty neat. Again, okay? Again, it's just one of those things that you might like it, great. You don't like it, don't use it. But I just thought, it's a nice little tick from me. Trust me, it gets better, okay? Don't sit there going, oh, this is really, really boring, dude. No, trust me, stay with me on this. And look, there are some other areas here as well. Block quote, divider, info button, okay? Now, blog list. Let's look at this one. Testimonial slider. Team, yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Oh, wait till you see interactive banners. Do not go away. Blog carousel. I'm not going to worry about these ones, you know, clients carousel and all of that, because they're quite traditional to what you could do with the testimonial carousel in Elementor Pro, where you build using templates the way it looks. It's still good, but I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Right, blog list, right? I just think that the way they've presented some of these blogs is pretty good. I like the way they've done it. Yeah, look, this is a lovely example of just demonstrating your blog posts, okay? So there's different ways of doing it. This is one of my favorites, actually, this one here. So we know what you get with Elementor Pro, with the cards, the default settings and all of that, or the full content. I don't know why anyone would want to do full content. You know, I've been on websites to do that and I hate it. But I quite like this blog layout. You know, it's really clean, isn't it? I really like that. I think that's great what that does. And then you've also got, you know, site. I mean, again, you're looking at this and going, well, I could do a lot of this in Elementor Pro. Fine. Do it in there. But again, for someone who's not sure about it, I like this look. It's that nice little zoom effect there. It's nice, right? Testimonials. Again, look, this isn't doing anything fantastically different to what you could do anyway with a template in the testimonial slider or carousel. But again, I'm just trying to show you how you could do something different. But here's the bit that's really cool. Background types and images. So you're not now creating a template per person. Let's say you got 10 staff. The testimonial slider, you might have to do 10 templates for each slide that's kind of going across with a different background. Look, they've kind of done it here. Got this stripy effect and dots effect there. Again, I like it. It's super cool. Right? And look, you know, they even give you a quotes one as well. So it's all like out of the bag. And I think this is neat. All right. For me, it feels like they have looked at Elementor. They've probably assessed what already is out there. And I think they've kind of gone, you know what? A lot of these add-ons give you stuff which I feel like, are you really going to use it? You might look at it and get excited, but are you going to use it on your website? Whereas some of the stuff I've seen here, I have gone, yeah, I might use that. And I think that's the difference between QI Addons and what else is out there. And I am not slating what's out there because you all are good. We love you. I love you. I think you're all great people. I prefer to use just Elementor Pro. But if I was now going to have to use an add-on, this is my go-to plugin now. Right. Interactive banners. Just take a breather at this point in time, okay? If you have another light on, put it on and just stare at it for a while. If not, just absorb about what I'm going to show you, okay? Reveal info on mouse hover, right? Look at this. What? I love that effect. Look at that. What about this one? Look. I mean, isn't that cool? Isn't that really, really funky the way that's working? Look, watch this. Image switch. The text is the same. And yes, I know you could do this with flip boxes and whatever. So when you hover over it, the text stays the same, the image doesn't, but this is straight out the bag, you know. And look, this is a cool one as well. You know, it's a bit like the blog one I was showing you before. You got your images side by side, you got your text there. A lot of people tend to say, oh, we've got image gallery, it's got the title, but we want to show the description. But we only want it to show when you hover on it or you click on it. And then you got to go down the whole coding aspect. Well, this is pretty neat. Okay, I just think it just makes me go, we can now say something about the image without them having to click into the image and go to Lightbox. Because that's the annoying thing, right? You got to go from the page to an image, then they got to click to get out of it. And sometimes you got to click twice. Happens sometimes. Well, no, they just hover now. And then they move on. I've just saved you 2 or 3 clicks. Yeah, every click is a strain on the finger, okay? So reduce the strain on the finger, okay? Right, blog carousel. So I showed you blog, but look, again, this is, you know, these are nice, simple, free, lovely little layouts that we have here, okay? You know, we've got a blog layout there. You know, again, like, look, these are just lovely little ways of presenting it. Again, I know you can get this on a lot of other add-ons, premium add-ons, Stratum, stuff like that. Stratum? Is it Stratum? Stratum. Yeah, it's Stratum, isn't it? But then, you know, again, like this one here with the sliding carousels, something really neat the way it looks. So, look, I'm probably not going to masses of detail with this, and I'm probably not getting you to go, yeah, I'm going to use this. But believe me, there's a lot of other stuff on here that I think is just super. Let's just go to team, all right? Just so I can at least show you it there. I think info box was good as well. We'll just go there as well. So there we go, team. I mean, this isn't showing you anything majorly different, but you do have the hover option. Again, you could do this in Elementor, okay, with a box and get it to show you this effect. But there's some straight out of the bag icons here or widgets that I think are pretty useful, okay? And I'm just going through these just to show you what you have here, right? Okay, you know, you hover over it and the name and details appear below. Again, it's really neat. It's a great way to do it. Just have the image, no names. But when you hover, then the name and the details appear when they choose to hover over them. And again, I think that's pretty neat. Info box. Look, this isn't anything different to what you already know. So, like I said, there's going to be some stuff you see here, and you're kind of going to go, eh. But play around, okay, and you'll find some good stuff. This is the business. Let's go to graph. Okay, again, look, I know, right? I know you're going to look at this and say, we have seen all this before, right? I picked process last for a reason. I'm not going to go through all of them, but look, graphs, okay? Sorry, a fly just flew past my head then. That's pretty neat, that. I like that effect. You know, if you're trying to show something in terms of sales or conversions or business prospects or things like that, this is all pretty good stuff, you know, and I like the way it's visualized. Some of the graphs and charts add-ons you get out there, they tend to be a color, and it's different shades of that color. This just looks a little bit more dynamic. It probably isn't. It's probably a load of bull, but I think it looks good. Radial, like, look, yeah, you know, you've seen these before, right? There's nothing fancy here, but again, it is a little bit fancy. Yeah? I was about to say something and I've forgotten what it was now. So look, you've got these here. Counters. This isn't that different from what you already will get in Elementor, right? But you just have a bit of extra styling now that you might want to take advantage of, okay? So there's just a bit of extra stuff there. And again, I think it's useful if you want to do that, right? The pie and the donut, okay? You know, hey, who doesn't love a pie? Who doesn't love a donut? Who doesn't love a drink? You know, again, you've got these lovely little, like, graphical representations here, which I think can be pretty cool. I love the way they just appear as well. You know, they just kind of draw themselves in. If you're trying to get across something about your business, something about the client, or maybe it might be, marketing, branding, design, all of that sort of stuff. This can work really, really well, I think. And I think it gets overlooked. People go, oh, pie charts, we don't have a pie chart. But you keep it simple without too many slices of the pie. It can work really, really well. Now, the process widget. Okay, just take a deep breath. Again, this is really, really cool. Look at this. Did you see that as it drew itself? Let me get to the next one quickly before it does it. Look, that just started to lay out items. Let me get to this one here. Look. It connects them with a line. It doesn't do anything much more than that. Yeah, I get that. But look, just look at that. It drew the circles with text underneath. So it's a lovely little gradual. You know, play the Apple music or starting up your laptop. You know, that kind of music. You get my drift, right? It's quite nice what it can do, and I think it's a really lovely way if you're trying to say, right, what is your process with web designing? You know, discovery, content, investigation or content, sourcing the content, designing, handover, you know, things like that, where you might then put, you know, rough timelines or the cost even. It might be, you know, website build, SEO, performance, regenerating the CSS on your website, whatever is the process you want to show, you could go with that with this. And I think this is, I really like the way it just came across that really slowly. Right, now we go down to QI Showcase add-ons. Item Showcase, brilliant. Dual content, this is good as well. I'm not going to show the pinned interest one. It's all right, but I just don't, you know, I didn't really feel crazy about it. Card slider, I will show you that. Comparison, will show you that. Countdown, we'll leave that. Masonry, you know this already, but we'll go into timeline as well. Okay, image slider, it's not that different from what you get. Okay, item showcase, I like this. Okay, it's very easy for us to get a section, do our columns, or do one column, do custom positioning, setting everything up, whatever, however we're going to do it. But I just like the way this is straight out the bag for you. Okay, you're adding your image, you then have your content, your descriptions left and right of it. I think that is a very neat feature. So this is super, super good if you've got a WooCommerce shop and you're showcasing a product. Present it, show off all the good stuff, you know, about it. You know, maybe you're a pharmaceutical or whatever. And what is that even in there? Is it like a chair? Is it like, I don't know, it looks like a cushion on top of a little green chair inside of a bottle. Go for it. This is one of those straight out of the bag widgets. Dual image with content. Okay, this is like, you know, in fact, I shouldn't have brought this one up because this is just, this is dead easy to do in Elementor. Yeah, 2 columns, image in one of them, header, text, and at the bottom you'll space it out and you'll have a carousel with icons. Okay, so this you could do quite easily, but again, if you wanted to do something a little different, you could do it with this straight out of the bag. And again, what do we mean by dual images? You have an image and you have another image behind it. So you could do this in Elementor Pro. Not difficult at all. But hey, if you want it out the bag, you've got it there. Card slider. Now, this one is not as good as another one I'm going to show you. Okay, because this one, I was a bit like, well, what's the point of it? So we have these sliders that move around, okay, and you can go left, right, and pick them. The problem I had with this is, look, if I pick this image here, I can't pick it. I have to go back over here to slide it. And I can't even slide like this, left and right. And I found it a little bit limiting in what it could do. Like, why would I want to, I want to see that image. Oh, I can't do it. I've now got to click to get to the image. I want to see that image. I've got to either go back or forwards to it. I can't just click it or drag it. It's like, look, it's all over the place. So it's not one I recommend. And I will come on to the one I do recommend in a moment. The before and after comparison, right? Okay, look, we've seen all these, okay? They're commonplace in so many of add-ons that we see. However, what I did like was the word drag there in the middle. And again, you can create this in an add-on, but it is there, okay? So like I've said before, QI Addons, I feel like they took a lot of the add-ons and features that you get elsewhere, They created some of their own as well, but what they did was create something I feel which is useful, okay? Because what you don't want to do is not have the drag the two images here, because then you might have to go get it from another plugin. Well, no, it's all here for you. Right, timeline. This one is like, you could create this yourself in Elementor Pro. We have got a video on how to create a timeline using no other plugins, all right, or coding or anything like that. You can do it all in Elementor Pro. However, if you want to have a horizontal or a vertical timeline straight out the bag, again, it is here for you, okay? And like I said, look, you know, oh, sorry, let me click it on this side. It's out the bag for you, yeah? So, pretty good, neat, useful stuff. Now, here's the creatives. They call it the creative add-ons, and these are really, really creative. So we're going to go to device frame slider, interactive links, text marquee, yeah, we'll go into that one as well. Cards gallery, let's do that. Device carousel, slider switch, preview slider, and let's go to parallax showcase as well. All right. Device frame slider widget. Okay, look at that. The widget, the image is now within, okay, and you can click it to slide it, is now within like almost looks like an iPhone, a very thin iPhone. God, I hope they don't make them like that. You know, big, thin, full portrait. But look, you get a device there. And over here, we've got it in the middle of a section, and it's just sliding across in a pretty nice way. So it's a different way of presenting your images without you having to go and create it in Canva or Photoshop or whatever. It's just another snazzy way of presenting it. So this has already got the layout for a laptop. They could have done a darker background here, but I hope you can see there's the white layout there. So that's pretty neat. Interactive links. This, I felt, was brilliant. Okay, so watch this. If I pick on interactive, oh dear, it's kind of taking me back. But basically, look, when I hover over these, I hover over layout, I go there, hover over interactive, I get that image. I go to showcase, I get that image. I go to standard, I get that image. So it's a nice little way of hovering over items or a list and getting another image. And the image could be a box or content. So it could be an image that's already got text within the image or on the image, like an offer or something, or a picture of a car or shirt or whatever. So I thought this was pretty neat, and I love this. Like, look, full. Look at the background. Screen. The background change, interactive, showcase, element. I'm not clicking, I am hovering. Yeah? So this is pretty neat. So you could have some content showing there, extra text, a description, or whatever you want to have, a different type of image, showing as you go over and over and over. So again, I could say, imagine this as a web design agency, and you want to show what do you do, or what do we cope with. So I might say, you know, e-commerce website, or psychotherapist website, or dog walking website. You just hover over it, and the image behind will now show an example of that website. That's pretty neat, isn't it? It might even have a testimonial on within that image as well. Again, it's a pretty neat way of, you know, performance. You're going to show your page speed insights 100% with no premium add-ons. Yeah, this is a pretty neat thing. I think it's wonderful. Same here, look, different ways of presenting. You hover over it, the image changes. Yeah. Please do leave comments below if you think that was a good feature or not, because I would love to know what your thinking is. Marquee, there is a video that we've already done on how to create a marquee using HTML coding within Elementor Pro. No extra plugin needed, and you can get this effect. But again, straight out the bag. Look, if you want to have it nice, look at that. You know, the outline scrolling effect behind an image, in front of an image, however you want to do it. Say it with me. It is neat. N-E-A-T. Eat as in eat with an N. Neat. Okay? It's neat. Cards gallery. Now, this is where the plugin I showed you before, where you get the images overlapping one another, but you can't click the image. You've got to go through the slider. Thankfully, you don't have to do that here. So we've got some text, and you could have, the text doesn't change, but to the left of it, you could have loads of images. So you might be talking about a project. So you're saying Project X, e-commerce website, this is what we did, and this is how we did it, da, 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 da. And then to the right of it, or to the left of it, or however you do it, you have images, right? So, like, look, I'm not doing that right, am I? You click the images and it's going to chop and change for you. Yeah, look, we've got text over there. Oh, I want to see that image. No, I want to see that image. No, I want to see back to that image there again. Okay, so you can make it fit your brief or what you're trying to get across. Device frame. This one, it took me a while to kind of go, where would you use this? And then it suddenly came to me. So we have different devices here. We have like a screen, we have a mobile, we have a mobile on the right-hand side, and then we have these squares. But look, can you notice what happens? Let me leave it there. As it slides, the images slide across as well. And I found that really neat. I was like, it was almost mesmerized. Like, look, I'm just going to sit there and look, can you see what it's doing? And the way it just transitions. So that image there will now go, well, this image here will go over here as it moves over. This image here will, I missed it. Right, so this image here will go over to the square. Just keep watching. Actually, it doesn't do that, does it? No, hold on, I've got this wrong. I have to stare at it and get my brain into gear again about how it transitions, but it is mesmerizing to watch, and I think I'm not a massive fan of sliders and carousels. I have a with them. But this is kind of like, oh, it just grabs me. I'm really sorry. I could sit there for ages. But look, again, look, you know, it's sliding across. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely jubbly. Okay, slider switch custom widget. Again, this is another little neat way of just showing over different layouts. So you could have a description of a project, and then you have that. And it's just sliding across. You can have e-commerce websites, and you just show, every time it slides, it shows a different project. Project 1, Project 2, Project 3. So I think that's pretty neat. You know, and look, I mean, look, let's just get myself out the way. Bye. There we go. Look, I think that is pretty cool in what it's doing. I like that. It's mesmerizing. You know, I just think it's pretty cool. All right, so I say well done to the QI Addon people for this. Well done. Bravo. Preview slider widget. This is similar to what we just looked at before, but now you just have one extra like mobile device there. So as it moves between each slide, that also changes. And again, I think for me, this is now taking what we see as sliders to the next level. It's almost made it futuristic. You know, when you look at that, you go, whoa, I've never seen that before. Maybe you have. Maybe I'm new to this game and I don't understand sliders at all. But it's pretty neat. Yeah, look, again, look, another layout there. Okay, let's not spend too long on this because I might self-combust or something. Parallax image showcase. Okay, this is, again, you can achieve this with Elementor Pro or Elementor generally. Motion effects. As you scroll, it starts to go horizontal or vertical or however you do it. So let's just see what happens over here. So as I move up, this image here is slowly moving. Yeah, look, it's probably easy with this chair example. Let me get myself out of the way over here. So watch the chair. Okay, as we go up and down, the chair is moving. It's a motion effect, okay? So it's easy to do in Elementor, okay? It's not difficult whatsoever, but if you're unsure of how to apply these effects, here we go. Go for this, straight out the bat. What does straight out the bat even mean? I'm sure, is it a cricket term? I've never looked it up in Wikipedia, you know, and then I wonder who wrote Wikipedia. You know, do I need to investigate the source of this? Right, QI Addons. This is wicked. Product list, product slider, okay, product, ooh, my mouse has gone funny, product categories, and add to cart button. Product list, okay, we know this, right? You're gonna add on the products widget, okay, put it on your home page or anywhere else, and you'll have your products in a grid, or however you decide to present it. You might have just one product, 4 products, 1,000,000 products. Why would you want to have 1,000,000 products? Shame on you for doing that. You don't want to do that, okay? You can't even see my finger. There you go. Now you can see my finger. Right. Choose your style. So look, we have these different ways of presenting. This isn't anything fantastic. It's just a nice, clean way of doing it. Okay, but it does look quite clean, and that's the bit I want to stress. It is very clean in how it is currently doing the layout. Right? So it's just another way of doing products, okay? You're probably going to go, ugly. Don't like that. But wait till you get to this product slider. This is cool, right? Products on a slider. And I just think that it's a great way where if you've got a home page and you want to show some featured products, there are 5, but you don't want to show all 5. And you go, oh, but I want them to be 3 and 2. Or do I have all 5? Or how do I do it? Well, you could do it as a grid of 3, you know, in one column. And then they have a slider that goes left and right across. You know, look at this. Look, it's just moving. I mean, obviously there's a problem with this in however they've put it on because the add to cart's not showing, but this is just what they have on their website. But look, it's lovely now moving across. And I do think that if you had loads of products on your shop, you know, you had lamps, sofas, hats, bags, scarves, you could have a home page and you could have like maybe 2 or 3 of these running. So you could have one for lamps, one for sofa, whatever, and they're all separately running, different speeds even if you so want. But I think it's a nice way of presenting, you know. And again, look here, you know, it's up to you how you do it. All right, this is neat. Look at this, the image, right? We have an image. You hover over it. You get the description, the cost of reviews, add to cart. You can even try it on while you're here. No, you can't, but that's cool. Yeah, didn't I say this is neat? And this one as well, look, you know, as you hover over it, the image moves a little bit. It's all that little bit of delicate animation, which is just a little bit different. Okay, and I think it can make the difference between a common or a boring, you know, just standard product shop layout. Just be different, because sometimes that's the best way to please your client. You know, you give them what they want and they'll be happy, but you go that little bit extra with something different and they're going to be like, wow, that's tick the box. Yeah. Okay, right. So then we're going to go to product category list. It's not that different from what I've shown you really, but it's just another neat way of how it just slightly moves a bit. Again, custom CSS. You can do this with coding, but if you don't want to do the coding straight out the bag, this could save your life. It probably won't save your life, okay? But again, look, this is just little delicate animations going on there, yeah? You know, that's not that great, to be honest, but a little bit of a zoom function there, right? That's for your categories. Add to cart button. This isn't that difficult again to do, and it is available on other plugins. I can't wait to see what Elementor bring out when they bring in their customization with cart and checkout pages. But here again, add to cart. Okay, you got the button there. You could have a product, you know, add to cart. You know, however you want to design it. Add to cart. What do we have over here? Add to cart. You know, there's a pattern forming, isn't there? So it's pretty simple in what it does. But if you just wanted to have an image of a product, and then loads of descriptions, and you might have some hotspot stuff going on, you might have a video, you can have your add to cart button there. So it's not part of that elements, but it's a button which is for the product. Does that make sense? So you could describe it with, like, you could have an image, you could have 3 videos, you know, maybe it's a skateboard and you've got different stuff, and then right underneath it, like in the middle of the screen there, you go add to cart. Yeah, like courses. You know, you might be advertising loads of courses, you've got add to cart, rather than your traditional WooCommerce product layout. Yeah, it's just something to think about. I'm not going to go into these because these weren't anything massively fantastical for me. They were just like, you know, FAQs, how to do schema. They're just accordions and toggles at the end of the day. And then they got some stuff for Contact Form 7 and WP Forms. I just use the Elementor form. So, but all it was is just allows you to modify the look of the form. So if you are using Contact Form 7, and we'll just go into it, so I might as well, and WP Forms, you might find some of these useful. So Contact Form 7, you can now go in and start to modify the look of it and the layout. Yeah, nothing. WP Forms, again, you can go in and modify the content and the look of it. But why are you here? It was for me just to show you that you get loads of these plugins. Look, plugins, widgets, and I haven't gone through every single one of them. Like, we didn't even touch on pricing list or pricing table or working hours or stuff like that, because some of them, they are quite the same as what you would already get or you could do with Elementor. But there are some. Oh, sorry, the pricing list is a good one. This is a great one. Skin cosmetics or aesthetics or things like that, where they're trying to show, here's what we do, here's the services we offer, rather than you using an icon list and modifying it and the formatting and all of that. You could start to present stuff like this, and I think this is great for restaurants when you're showing off the menu. I mean, look at this. This is really, wow. This is really lovely way of highlighting the way things should look. And I think, again, straight out the book. Yeah. Pricing table widget, these, again, I just think that, this isn't, again, anything massively fantastical, in my opinion, in what it does. You can create this yourself. But if you're not happy with the blocks you already get with Elementor, or you don't have the time to create it, it's a nice feature. But going back to why we are here, 65 plus widgets. I don't know how often they add new widgets. I did check out with them, and they did say to me they do regularly update this and make sure it's working whenever there's an Elementor update that comes out. But I've just started recently using this, and I am liking it. It's totally free. It is totally free. No premiums, okay. Good to go. Have fun with it. QI Addons. And I'd love to know from anyone out there who is using it. And if you have come across any problems, let us know. But I would love to know about any websites where you are using it as well. Keep in touch with me, yeah? And I really hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you like. I hope you subscribe. I hope you follow us. And we will share with you anything useful that we find out there to help you with Elementor and WordPress. But QI Addons is my favourite Elementor add-on for 2021.